Alrighty, back here on TYT Sports. Jason Rubin, Rick Strom. The New England Patriots defeated the New Orleans Saints 36-20, but Jason, it seems like it doesn't matter because even in a win, there is a loss. Rob Gronkowski scoring his 69th touchdown reception of his career. It seems like it's not inevitable, but it does seem like he wants to remain there the rest of his career. Nonetheless, they were down to 3 healthy wide receivers at the end of this game. I believe the Patriots were down to 2, maybe even 1 because Philip Dorsett got hurt, Gronk got hurt. Okay, they had 2. But as we're seeing it right now, the Patriots are this machine, as we know. With that being said, can they survive with all of these injuries, mainly from an offensive perspective?
Fortunately, they'll win the division with 9 or 10 wins. So even if they were super duper injured, so they're still going to walk into the playoffs. The difference,
look up who they have.
The difference here is, and one of the things that I think people are going to forget about is that
Texans, Panthers, Bucks, Jets. Those are their next 4. So it's a little tricky.
Those Texans and Panthers have some really, top tier defenses. Fortunately, they don't really have the offense with Cam Newton injured and Greg Olsen injured to put up any points.
Correct.
Unless they're able to just run the ball down their throats.
They're going to beat the Bucks. They're going to beat the Jets.
We have to keep in mind, of all things here, that before Chris Hogan came up limping, Gronk, his back or hip, which is very scary for the Patriots, even though they did just win without Gronk, it also goes to show that Brandon Cooks will disappear at times, just like all Patriots players will disappear. Just like Dion Lewis can disappear at times in favor of James White and vice versa.
Oh yeah.
Just like how when Danny Amendola plays, he might not show up. But what it goes to show is that Brandon Cooks might not be your clear-cut #1, always everyday guy when Edelman, Amendola, Mitchell, don't forget Malcolm Mitchell's on the IR, and Chris Hogan and Rob Gronkowski are injured. You're gonna have to start lining up running backs at wide receiver and Dorsett. Is it Moncrief? No, it's Dorsett.
Moncrief is on the Colts. Dorsett came from the Colts.
Yeah, it's easy to get them confused. Before that, nose tackle Valentine, defensive tackle Adam Beller, offensive tackle Marcus Cannon, defensive back Nate Ebner, offensive tackle Cameron Felling, Devin McCourty, Donta Hightower, Danny Amendola, and Cameron. I mentioned Cameron Fleming. It's not just their offensive weapons; it's their entire offense. And having said all of that, Tom Brady threw for the first time in his career 3 touchdowns in the first half when they were,
first quarter.
First quarter. He finished with 447 yards. Man, he really looks like a 40-year-old quarterback. And he absolutely
more rushing yards than Ezekiel Elliott.
And more rushing yards than Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah. And he was able to manage the clock. Now again, everybody against I think there was a great tweet yesterday saying it would be unfair to Drew Brees' legacy if he doesn't get to play against the Saints defense.
I saw that too. That was pretty good.
And that's a fair point. But here's what
coached by Rob Ryan as well is what you forgot.
That would be fair. Here's what I'm terrified of, right? Because do I want to see the Patriots win another Super Bowl?
No,
man, I'm bored of that at this point. I just respect the greatness. Here's what I'm afraid of. They are this injured, and they're this injured for 10 weeks. And then they hold out and bring some of these guys back to like week 14, week 15, and week 14, 15 comes around, and they're whatever, 10-3, or maybe even worse, maybe 8-5. And then they're just healthy.
I can't even see them having 5
and they
losses,
don't even show their hands. And all of a sudden, here's the thing, all of a sudden, I could see a couple losses on the schedule, especially because the Jets always play them tough in New York, which is weird because they've lost in New York to the Jets at times. Maybe not this Jets team. But my point being here is that they're gonna pick up these 5th string lacrosse players from Delaware, and Brady's gonna turn them into the system, and the system's gonna turn them into like 800-yard guys, and all of a sudden, Edelman won't be back, but Amendola, Cooks will still be there, Dorsett will be back, Hogan will be back, and there'll be 4 other guys who can work into that position, one of which could be the next James White. They'll find an elusive running back, and after all this is said and done, we'll be going, oh God, the Patriots' worst season in like 15 years by record, and they got better.
Yep. I was trying to find any free agent wide receivers, but the fact is, it doesn't matter.
Colin Kaepernick could probably play wide receiver for that team.
He probably could. Whoever they decide to either trade for, or bring off the practice squad, or sign via free agency, who's wiping his ass and eating Doritos on his couch, it doesn't matter. This is a fine-tuned system that will always find a way to put in any guy in any position at any time and always win. A pretty amazing stat here. Since 2003, coming off a loss, the New England Patriots.
Undefeated.
42-7,
Gotcha.
Nearly undefeated. Right. So again, a fine-tuned machine. And I think this also, You know, before we went on, we were talking about how bad the quarterback play has been and how the offensive numbers just aren't there for whatever reason in the NFL. But this also shows that when a team is massively injured, massively, not only going into, but then during a game, in game, not only do you need a good quarterback to levy all of that pressure, you need a great quarterback in order to win.
Yeah.
The Saints are not a good team, okay?
No.
But if this were if this were Mike Glennon, okay? Nah, bad example. If this were the second to third tier quarterbacks, I don't know if they would have won with the weapons that they had. Yet Tom Brady and Bill Belichick going together, who have the perfect marriage in the NFL, as we have seen for many years, and winning a ton of Super Bowls, have shown once again that you don't need the best of talent, you need great quarterback play. And the New England Patriots are probably going to do that the rest of this season.
So congrats to the Patriots for still finding a way to make it.
Congrats to them for being Super Bowl champions with us playing tight end.
That'd be great. I'd love a ring.